If you like trying new pedals but don't like ripping up your pedal board, and maybe you like running 4-cable method with your amp's effects loop, this tip is for you. A lot of pedal boards these days have something called an insert point. This is a break in the signal chain between overdrives, modulation, delay, reverb, maybe even after your buffer sensitive pedals right at the beginning. It's a break in the signal chain that allows you to insert something like your amp's effects loop, maybe another pedal, maybe an off-board volume pedal so you can keep your overall pedal board small and run your volume off to the side. An insert point allows you to insert something into your signal chain easily, ideally without ripping up your pedal board to do it. One of the common questions we get with Audition, an insert point for your pedal board, is where should I put it in my signal chain? As you can see here, we have a buffer sensitive pedal, then we have a buffer. From there we go into the overdrives, represented here by a rat. After that, represented for modulation, is an MXR chorus, then into a specular tempest for delay, and finally a Mercury 7 for reverb. There are so many places you could put Audition in your signal chain. This thing even runs stereo, so you could put it between your delay and reverb. But is that the best spot for your pedal board? I have one starting point for anybody using an insert on their pedal board. You might want to guess where it is. To me, it makes the most sense, and that is right between your last gain pedal and before your first modulation pedal. And you might ask, why is that? Why put it after the last gain, but before the first modulation? The idea is really quite simple. Maybe you like trying out new overdrives. You typically want to try out these overdrives in the section on your pedal board where there are other overdrives. But what if you want to try out a modulation the next day? Are you supposed to rip up Audition, repatch it into a new spot? It kind of just goes against the whole reason Audition is there in the first place. It's to make it easy and to stop you from having to repatch. So by placing it after your last overdrive, before your first modulation, now you can try out modulation, some delays, reverbs, while also trying out overdrives, gain-based pedals, compressors, and off-board volume. Maybe you even like running 4 or 5 cable method, where you take your amplifier's preamp and put it into the middle of your pedal board. This is an easy way to do all of this by putting Audition after your last gain pedal and before your first modulation effect. Audition can live in the middle of your pedal board and cover a huge amount of bases. This doesn't mean this is going to be for everybody. Some people know they're going to be trying out overdrives in a specific spot, so move Audition to that spot. Other people know they're going to be trying out stereo effects, maybe delays and reverbs, stereo tremolos. Move it into the stereo section of your pedal board. But if you're not too sure, or you don't really have an exact scenario for Audition, put it between your last overdrive and your first modulation, and you will cover the majority of scenarios for an insert point. I hope this helps answer a common question. I'll see you guys in the comments if you have questions.